guys were there and do want to say something, just comment it. Like, comment, I want to say something. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go with the faces I see first. Michael, I see your face. Got her. Okay. Spotlight, baby. All right. Hey, girl. Hey. Let's unmute you. Hold on. How do I unmute you this way? Hold on. Unmute.
There we go.
Spotlight. Yeah, girl.
I'm looking fine tonight, y'all.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so just aha moment.
Yeah, just share something that you feel like was very powerful, an aha moment, or, you know, something that somebody said on a panel that was super amazing for you and, you know, you want to share.
Okay, so there was like so many. There was so many. Okay, I'll just share like a couple. There was one. So this girl talked up. So Pam like went out in the crowd and she was talking to people about you know, just kind of like their stories. And this girl said that she was like kind of fairly new in the business, but she was going to go out with her husband one night, but then she didn't because she was going to meet with a potential. She had a meeting with a potential. And her husband ended up getting in a car accident and passing away. And it like the whole like arena, like everyone was just in tears. And she goes, "This business literally saved my life." And that was just like one of many, many stories that we heard of how this business has like changed lives, but saved lives, literally saved lives from, you know, death, like things like that, from suicide, from depression, from horrible, horrible things in their lives. But these people were standing there talking about how this business saved them, whether it was like literally like their physical life or emotionally or so many things like that. Because something that just like clicked for me was you know, that this business is not like an extra weight on you on top of everything else you have to do, you know, on top of everything else that you're going through in your life. It's not something else. It is your way through it. It is your way through those things, through those difficult times, through those moments. I hear so many people who, you know, like their life happens, you know, like a rough moment happens and they're like, I can't do this business. It's just too much. And I'm like, no, like this is your way through that. Instead of focusing on, because a lot of the times we can't change like a lot of what happens to us, right? Like we can't decide that, but we can decide what we do about it. And instead of focusing on all of, you know, the negativity or the pain or, you know, the struggle, why not dive into this and focus on something positive and fulfilling and healing, and something especially that is so Christ-centered? Like that is where the healing comes from. And not only are you going to find purpose and positivity and encouragement and support in this environment and friendships, but you're also going to, by doing that, you're going to have like the financial freedom. So you're not dealing with all you have to deal with bills on top of it, you know, like it makes everything so much easier by just having, like Mike said it perfect, discipline equals freedom. By just having that discipline every single day, you are going to have a life of so much more freedom, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially. Literally everything that you're looking for is in this if you just stay committed. It was just like, it was just so clear, and I just loved it.
I love that. And yeah, that was a very touching moment for me, you guys. Like, I've said it a million times before, but like my first event, the reason why I started running after that was because I was like, all right, there's a lot of people that like need this. They need us. I'm going to share something, just jumping on what you said when Mike said discipline equals freedom. So often we're raised and discipline is a bad word, right? Like, we're going to discipline you. You have to be disciplined because you were bad. You're going to go in the corner. That's your discipline. Like, you know, and it is such like a negative word. And so we're raised and we're like, oh, discipline. Like, oh, that sounds gross. That sounds like something we don't want. But you guys, like Mike said it perfectly, discipline equals freedom. Because I am disciplined to wake up and do the things that I need to do, And because I'm disciplined and I'm taking my products each day and I'm going to the gym, guess what? I have lost 40 pounds because I'm disciplined to work this business each day, whether I like it or not, whether my kids are screaming or not, whether they're being good for me or not, is the reason why I am where I am with my finances. Like, it all is a full circle. And so you guys, discipline equals freedom. If you can become a disciplined person at one thing, you can become a disciplined person at everything. That's like the biggest aha, you guys. I became disciplined at this business. And so then when I started going to the gym, I was like, I can become disciplined at this. Like, I just have to do it each day. That's all discipline is. It's doing it even if you don't feel like doing it. It's all it is. So I will go on to Jessica. I made it so that you guys can't unmute yourself because y'all a bunch of handy squirrels over here. So I assume that was Jessica Manners, right? That was you? We have lots of Jessicas, so it's fine.
Hello. Yeah, I was like, Jessica who? Because there's like a lot now.
Did you comment?
I didn't, but if you want me to share, we'll share.
Well, I'll find the real Jessica after this, but I'm going to have you share anyways.
Okay.
I'm sorry, other Jessica. I'm going to come to you next.
My bad. So just like aha moment kind of thing?
Just like what you, like your biggest best thing. Like whatever you want to share.
Okay, so I feel like this conference was so different. I loved the first conference. It was like so exciting, and it's what got me running to Diamond and then Double. But this conference felt so different to me. Like, it felt like it filled my soul. Like, I feel like when they were on stage, they were speaking directly to my soul. I'm not a crier, and I was crying half the time. I was like ugly crying like the whole time. It was not cute. But it was just I felt it so much inside, and like the amount of love that we have as a company and the amount of love our corporate team has for us just blew me away. Like, when we were in the box seats and Mark came in to say hi, like, that's unreal to have a CEO that cares so much that he takes that time he doesn't have to take because he has a million other things going on, to come by and like individually shake your hand and ask your name and take pictures and do all these things. And then when we went backstage with Cammie, that was life-changing. Like, oh, I can't even explain. It's still like, oh, I don't even have words for it yet. It just blew my mind that much that she took the time to sit down and really talk to us about, our story and our struggles and, how to be successful in our promotions, and that they care so much, and that they give us everything that we need to be successful. Nina, I walked up when Shawnee's and some of my other girls were talking to Nina Moorer. Am I saying that right? And she had said something that kind of hit me, and she was saying how people are always praying for a way out. They're always praying, please God help me, get out of this financial situation, please help me promote and do well in this business. And she was like, God already gave you your answer. It's right here. This is the business. He's waiting on you now to show up and do your part. I was like, that's so, so true. Like, just your answer is here. Literally all you have to do every single day is show up and put in the work. And this is your solution to anything, to create more time, to create more money, more freedom, more everything, friendships, everything. Like, this is the roadmap to the most amazing life you could ever think of. And literally all you have to do is show up and give it your all every single day. And I loved Mama B's story. Like, that was such an amazing story. I had never heard her story before. She's like 58 years old. Hopefully I get this right, but she was calling her daughter. She had just gone through a divorce, and she called her daughter and basically said, like, I don't want to live anymore. Like, it's just too much. It's too much pain. And her daughter was basically like, you can do this. Like, you turn your pain into purpose. And she's like triple presidential. I think she's presidential now. It just goes to show, like, every single person on that stage goes to show that literally anyone can do this. We get stuck in this, like, the younger, the pretty, top leaders, and you think, sometimes you have to have a certain personality or look or whatever. Literally anyone can do this. A 58-year-old Mama B who drove a truck for a living and literally would just go live every day when she, like, pulled over to the truck stop, she would go live, and, like, she had this amazing story of how she had, shared her story over and over again on these lives. And this couple had been watching her. And this is the other thing about consistency, right? And sharing your story. This couple had been watching her, and she was so close to a promotion. and they ended up closing the gap. It was like 2,500 BV that they did just because they were so inspired by her story. So I just thought that was amazing. And it just goes to show that literally anyone can do this. Anyone who makes the decision and shows up every day can do this. And it's, yeah.
Well, you're absolutely right. And I think you said it perfectly. It filled our souls. Like, I always feel very excited, but this was like the spirit was there. Like at our dinners, everyone's aha moments was like, got this, got that. And I was like, wow, like it was phenomenal. It really was. But I'll share my aha at the end. Thank you, Jessica, for sharing, even though you weren't the Jessica. Jessica, I know what Jessica it is now. And then I'll do Shandy because I saw you comment. Oh, okay, girl. She's like, I need to talk. I just went double diamond and earned a $20,000 bonus. Can you talk to me? Hey, girl.
Hello.
Go ahead.
So there was a ton of aha moments, but I think the one that really like hit me hard was that I've always prayed to God, and I've always like, I guess, bargained with him and said, you know, if you do this for me, I'll do this. And I've never followed through on my end. And then when I think it was Mark talking about it, was talking about giving back and how important it is to give back, and how tithing. And that is always something like I've always like said I was going to do, but I've never followed through with it. And just at that moment, I was like, all right, okay, God, I totally hear you. Like, I didn't go double diamond without his help, and he did his part. And now I have to do my part by giving back, because none of this would have been possible without him. And I have to show that I'm serious about following through and being disciplined.
I love that.
So
like,
that's it.
just so you guys know, Jessica just went double. She went double January 31st, or however many days were in January. I don't even know anymore, you guys. It's all bunched into one. But she just went double diamond. And because she went double diamond in January.
Actually, the 30th.
Okay, the 30th. I'm sorry. That girl did that day. She literally earned the $20,000 bonus already. She already earned it, you guys. As soon as it was announced, she got to say, like, that's mine. Evelyn also earned it, you guys. Like, this freaking amazing. And I just want to shout you out really quick. Jessica is a completely different person from 6 months ago when she signed up. A completely different person from inside out. Like, literally. I was telling Erin when we saw you at the airport, I was like, she is not the same person she was 6 months ago. Like, literally. And it's just crazy to like watch someone that just like decides, oh, I'm going to do it. And then they just like, they hustle, they dive into personal development, and they're like, oh no, like, I'm doing this. And it's just your transformation, and it's only getting started. So anyways, I'm just super excited for you. All right, Shandy, saw your beautiful plans. She's like, I'll talk if you want. I know you want to talk, girl.
I'm like, if you need me to talk, I will go on.
Right.
My aha moment. I want to say that honestly, the entire trip, just like everybody else is saying, I feel like it just put everything into perspective. When you're like, if you start, you have to go to a conference. Like, that is seriously an understatement. Because I feel like going in, I was already ready to kind of like work and just really like promote and things like that. But I feel like just being there and hearing everybody's stories and just realizing that, like, a lot of times I think that the biggest thing for me is just like, I realized that after conference, I'm like, I need to be more open and tell my story, because I have been the kind of person that's always been thinking to myself that I really need to keep that to myself. And not that I'm like, it's not that I'm not like a confident person, because let me tell you though, before this business, I was not a confident person. I was very broken. I was going through postpartum depression really bad. I was the girl that hid from people. I was the girl that didn't take compliments from people. Like, I did not believe the things that people were saying. And I feel like ever since I started this business, like, I feel like I have a voice. Like, I found my purpose in life. And I know that, like, everything in my life that has led up from broken relationships to, you know, now my marriage, you know, getting pregnant, which before I was super ashamed of. I unfortunately was going to wait till I got married with my husband, and I got pregnant right away. It was literally the first time that we got together. And I just know that he was my person. He was my leader. He was the one that supported me to do this business and was like, you can do this. You know, he's like, I know you, like, you have a good personality and I feel like you're going to go far with it. You just got to stick to it. And so then being at conference, I feel like when I was there and I was sitting there and just hearing, like, you know, even just when there was a girl that was so broken in the audience and saying, like, you know, she's lost like 7 family members and, you know, I can't lose my mom too, and this, that, and the other. It was like they stopped in the middle of all of that just to pray for her. And like, that was huge. Like, that was seriously huge. And I was just like, you know what? It's not even like they are in this and like, people that, you know, say the nasty things that they do about the kind of business that we do. I'm like, you just have to be there and understand that it is not about that for them. They're out there to help us to grow and just to promote and get all these bonuses because they know how life-changing it can be, because we are nobody special and neither are they. They started at the bottom just like we all have, and they all had the same fears that we have had. And I think like that's really just the biggest thing, you know, like we all have the same fears when we start, you know, like we're either too shy or I don't think I can do this, or I don't like to, you know, talk to people, or I don't have enough friends. And I just feel like they kind of just they brought all that to fruition. Like, you can do this. Like, as long as you stick to it, you're consistent, you've got that self-discipline and you don't give up no matter how many no's you hear, you can succeed with anything. So I think that honestly, that was one of my big aha moments, was just realizing like your story is what is going to sell everything. Like, you have to tell your story, as hard as it may be. But like, once you open up, you never know who you're going to touch in the world that might see your story and relate to you and be like, oh, I've been there too. Like, maybe I can do this.
Yeah, that's what's going to make people relate to you guys, because right now we're all just a beautiful person on a screen. But yeah, that was amazing too when they just stopped and like prayed for her. That was awesome. I love too kind of what you said, just jumping on there really quick. Just so you guys know, I don't know if you knew this about Mark and his family. Mark was a basketball coach. I think he still does it, but he was a basketball coach, high school basketball coach, and they literally just wanted an extra $500 a month. Okay. And so he is not, to me, I don't see him like, oh, he's this big CEO. Like, I see him as like what I feel like. Like, I was just announced number 3 and I'm like, I literally don't even know what just happened. Like, I'm just this person in this house with these kids and I just kept going. And so that's what I feel like. Like, I just feel like it's such like, he's just so genuine. Like, that's like, it's just like, oh, this real person. Like, he's not like a businessman. Like, he's a smart businessman, but he's not like a businessman, you know? But yeah, that is just, it was amazing. Just the most amazing thing ever. Okay, so Alejandra, I know you can't be quiet here. She's like, I'll talk if you really need me to. Where'd your face go? I can never find you. Oh, she's shaking her hand. Okay, hey girl. You guys,
hey, okay. I was like, why can't I unmute myself? Ooh, girl, look at me all this.
everybody who went to conference, just do not expect any hair done or anything like that. I was like, I'm making
Yeah. So whatever you saw there, it's me, I promise. But this is me every day. But okay. So you guys, this conference was literally life. Okay. I've been to conference. This is my this is my third conference, 4th conference going. 17, 18, 19. Yeah. So 4th conference. And it's just mind blowing, you guys, because it just literally gets getting better and better and better. And, for those people that didn't that went, I asked my team, like, what thing did you learn new? Right. And in reality, and, you know, hear me out for a second, just for next year, it's not that you learn something new. Okay. Because they're not going to tell you like this secret sauce, but the feeling, the vibe, the stop, whoever just wrote that. Okay. The environment and the way that people, the energy, the way that people open up and they express themselves. Like, Mama B, like someone said, is 60 years old, and you would have never heard her story had you not gone to conference. You know, even you yourself as a leader, you get to know your team on such an intimate, more level that it just unites you guys. You all like lock arms, lock eyes, lock hearts, your faith really takes, it goes from here to here. When you leave that place, you really feel like the Holy Spirit, and not everyone's a believer, and I totally understand or respect that, but there's just an undeniable energy that is in the room that you literally cannot shake it off. Like, we literally probably slept 6 hours on all 4 days. And it's just like, nobody was tired. Nobody complained. We were all going ham with excitement. And that's literally what drove us every single day, and then just getting to know people on such a deeper level. You don't get that over Zoom. You don't get that, anywhere else except conference. Okay. So just always make it out. You always have to make it out, because you'll never get that excitement if you don't go. And then another thing, you guys, is really, really important. For those of you that did go and you were running on 6 hours of sleep over 4 days, come home. And if you're willing to do that over there, why not do it here? That's the number one takeaway from conference. It's, yes, the energy, yes, the fun, yes, the cheers and the excitement, the crying. That's all great. But it really all starts today. Today, what are you doing today? What are you going to do tomorrow and the day after and the day, the next 60 days to get that $15,000 bonus? Conference, it ended, but you have to keep going, and you have to keep that level of excitement up, or you will not promote. If you start to let doubt, fear, what others think, or pure flat out laziness into the equation, you will never hit the promotion that you want. And you're going to see other people hit it, and you're going to say, why did they hit it and not me if we both went to the same event? It's because you had different mindsets. They had a winner's mindset. They had a no excuses, blinders on, ready to go no matter what mindset. And you sat there and said, wait, let me look to the left. Let me look to the right. Let me look down. Let me, just take a break because I'm tired. You can take a break when you're $15,000 richer. And even then you got 25,000. And then you got, all these other ranks that you can keep hitting and going for. So you just have to remember that whatever you felt there doesn't stay there. A lot of girls sacrificed. A lot of girls cried because they literally had no money, you guys, to eat. That's how bad. And that's how freaking, broken and broke they went. But they went anyway, knowing that this was their way out. And that was the only way that they were going to see success, is if they did not miss that event. So if those people who made that type of sacrifice were willing to go, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. You didn't leave your kids at somebody's house for 3-4 days for you to come back and sit on your butt. So get to work. Ignore anyone else that's not praying for you. In these next 90 days, if no one's praying for you, motivating you, encouraging you, or joining your team, you don't got time for it. Find someone who will do those 4 things. And if you don't find them, come join the Monday night trainings, join, upline, sideline, downline, whatever the heck you got to do. But you got to stay in your damn lane until you get there. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, it's a mic drop when she ended it with the damn. I love that, because guess what? Some of y'all have the fire, right? But fire has to be relit. It's not going to go all night. You know what I mean? You have to actually work. Like, sorry, not sorry. You have to actually work. Because I'm going to be really honest. I've seen some of you guys come to events before. And then within a week, you're like, well, I just don't know. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Were we at the same event right now? You have got to put your head down and work. But I love what Shandy said, because here's what happens. Some of y'all are paying attention to each other. Do not pay attention to each other. That is what I mastered quickly. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Watching that girl go faster than me gave me a negative thought. Nope, I don't got time for it. Stay in your own lane. To be honest, I don't follow anybody. You should be following your downline only and your potentials. Do not follow me. My goal is to distract you. Go to my page, steal whatever you want to steal, but do not follow me. I will distract you for real. And so I don't want you guys to compare yourself, but just know that there is not a limited amount of bonuses that they're giving out. There's not only 10 of us that can earn that $15,000 bonus. There's not only 20 of us that can earn the $30,000 bonus. Literally, that is not it. There is unlimited. It is for anybody who is willing to put their head down and work. And we say, people don't understand. It's like, literally, put your head down so that you can't see anybody else except for your potentials. Literally. And so you guys, like, please, for the love of everything, just focus on yourself. And And I love what she said too. I'm sorry, once you hit that 15, guess what? There's going to be a 20 and a 30, and there's going to be other stuff that's going to pump you up and keep going. Like, I'm here for life. I'm ready to run every single month. Every couple months, I'm ready to promote. And you can't be like, once I get here, I will do this. Once I get here, I will do that. No. Start now, and that's when you're going to have the best, fullest life. Oh, well, once I'm diamond, I'll give my kids some more attention. No, girl, you give up an hour of your sleep, you work your business, and you give those kids the attention now. Like, you can do it all now while you're growing the money that you want, while you're growing the bank account that you want. Okay, so I got a list. Sorry, I see y'all. You're like, I want to talk. I see you guys. And all the tools, just so you know, if you're new here, all the tools are in the team page. I redid all the videos in the announcement section. That's all you need to be a winner. Okay? Ashley Hickey. I got a list, guys. I just have to find people on the list. I should let you unmute yourself, but I'm not gonna. Because then y'all get crazy. Ashley. Raise your hand, girl. I know you didn't know I was going to call on you, but I am. Oh. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Hi.
There was a lot. I think a lot of my aha moments have kind of already been talked about. Definitely the stopping when Cammie stopped and prayed for that girl. It really just kind of hit me. Made me realize this is the place I want to be. This is the kind of company they care about their people. So yeah, just seeing them meeting Cammie, talking to her for a second, just seeing that they really care about you and they want you to succeed. And then just being around my team in general was really cool and getting to bond with them.
What's your story? I feel like you need to share your story. I feel like you look like you want to share your story. I don't know.
I kind of try to think about it, and I'm still kind of figuring it out, honestly.
Okay. I won't force you. Usually I force people, but your first time and not raising your hand to talk, I won't force you, but I'm going to force you once you go diamond.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm going double diamond.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Never mind. When you're double diamond. Okay, good. Dang it. Man, I was going and I was muted. Butthole. Okay, anyways, what I was going to say was hopefully one of you guys have an aha moment or wants to share their sharing stories because that is how you actually build this business. The bigger, the better you share your story. Some of y'all, I saw you back and guess what? You were at conference and you're just sharing a bunch of stories or posts from other people. I'm like, y'all, did you not hear? Share your story. If it does not have something personal towards you, it will not connect with people. Okay? You have to share your story. Okay, Becky, I'll let you go. Okay. All right, guys. I see you. Don't worry. Becky, where's your face? Oh, now you want to share? You don't want to share on book club. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. All right, I'll let you guys unmute your.
So sad.
Okay. Mute all.
I'm unmuted.
You unmuted yourself, Becky? Guys, I promise I am not dumb. Okay. Becky, you can unmute yourself. I made it so you can unmute yourself.
Yay.
There you go. All right. Go ahead, girl.
Stop hating. You didn't read either.
Don't call me out.
You know, the funny thing with that is, hi guys, the funny thing with that is because you always call me out, now I actually have to read because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want her calling me out and I didn't read anything. But yeah, there was this panel. I wrote down some notes. Give me a second, guys. I don't want to misquote anything. But yeah, I think it was what's her name? Claire Flores.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was Claire Flores. She was with Cheyenne and the rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something that she said that I really felt. She said, if you share your story sparingly, God will bless you sparingly. And I felt that. I was like, oh my gosh, you are speaking to my soul, because there's lots of things I haven't shared. Sometimes it's because I am embarrassed. Sometimes I feel like, how will people see me after this? How will people react? But that is your truth, you guys. That is your truth. And the fact that you share your story, people will actually love you for it, because there's lots of people that are struggling, you guys. You're not the only person that was on food stamps, that is on food stamps. You're not the only person who can't afford your rent. You're not the only person who can't afford to send your kids to school, who can't afford groceries, who can't afford, gas in their car. You're not the only one. But the difference between you and someone else is you're actually going to share it, and someone else that has been scared to share it or has been feeling it and going through it will actually be like, oh my gosh, yes, I completely understand this girl, because that is exactly what I'm going through. That is it. I can't afford gas. She's so brave to come out and say it. They will love you for it. They'll actually start following you for it. And before you know it, you'll actually get potentials that way, because people are actually relating to you. And I loved Mama Bibi's story, because if you think about it, I'm like, would I want to share that I went through a divorce? I think she kind of said it. She was like, do you think I want people to know that I'm going through a divorce? Do you think I want people to know that I wanted to take my own life? Do you think I want this? No, but I share it so that someone else can gain something from it. Someone else out there can know that they're not alone in the situation. Someone else can actually know that there is a solution to this, that this business saved my life, that this business has actually solved the problem that I went through. So I really felt that. And I was like, you know what? I think she said, Alyssa, I get them all mixed up. I know how she looks. She was all cute and stuff. But yeah, she said, if you are not sharing your story at least 10 times a day, I was like, ooh, snap. I don't share my story. I'm always sharing some parts, but there's so much more. There is absolutely so much more to give. And that is something that I'm going to work on like crazy, like a mad woman. I'm going to be sharing my story, Cheyenne Knox, yeah, left and right and whatever. But conference was, I don't know why it took me so long.
Girl, you've been killing it recently. Finally brought it all back full circle.
Keep a diamond in the house.
That is like the truth, you guys. If you can get good at sharing your story, and there's some things that you might not want to share yet, because I see one of my girls on here that I know she doesn't want to share anything just yet. But the sooner you do, and some of you guys are looking at me, but there's only one that I was talking about. But if you think I'm talking about you, I'm talking about you. Okay. So anyways, the sooner you can, the better it will grow your business, but it will also be so freeing. I remember 2 years ago, I guess it was 2 years ago now, when I had my miscarriage, I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to sound weak. I don't want to sound like this. I don't want to sound like that, because honestly, I was only 6 weeks along, and when other people would post that, I remember thinking they weren't that, this sounds horrible, but I was like, they weren't that pregnant. You don't really even feel anything yet and whatnot. And then when it happened to me, I was like, dang, I get it. And I wasn't going to share it. I was like, I don't want to share it. I don't want people to know I'm going through something. Guess what? I'm Christy Christensen. I'm always excited, right? I'm always happy. I'm always excited. I'm always on top, whatever. And I just felt so strongly I needed to. And just for me, it was literally just because I needed to make sure that people knew that it didn't not happen. Like I didn't want to hide it, because then that's like it never happened. And once I did, there were so many people that just reached out to me. And then people that reached out to me later that were like, hey, I remember seeing your post and now I'm going through this, and like I'm fighting with my husband, or I'm this or I'm that. And it's just special, you know. But guess what? Like that's a part of this building your business. Like people want to see real. If you're building your business on social media, if you are Miss Perfect, you're only going to attract Miss Perfect, and we know nobody's perfect. So you're just going to be Miss Fake attracting Miss Fake. And that's not going to get you very far for very long. It might get you to diamond, but after that, I'm not sure. So you guys, like as soon as you can, because, you know, and I'm not saying like, hey, take all your nitty gritty and post it. I'm not saying you have to ever have anything bad. To be honest, I feel like that's the only bad thing that's ever happened to me, if I'm being really honest. But then I remember, oh, we were on food stamps and Medicaid. Oh, okay, those little things. I do remember Erin saying that I should not get my nails done because that $25 was totally unnecessary when I was just doing gels. I remember those little things, like when I was going to Ross, bringing home a bag, he's like, babe, you can't be doing that. But then I also know people like Miss Jamie that was making a lot of money, but she just didn't have any time freedom, you know? So like your story in any which way, even if it's all highs, it can be all highs, you guys. That's fine, but that's still your story. Okay. So there's a few people who have said, can I share? And I forget. Caroline, you said that, right? Oh, a minute ago. You want to unmute yourself? I think you said it. And then Brooklyn, you also said it, right? Trying to see all y'all text. Let me see. Oh, and Jamie. Okay, let's go. Caroline, Brooklyn, and Jamie. I made it, I think, so you guys can unmute yourself. Caroline, I don't see your face. I don't know if she actually said that.
Oh,
okay. Okay, I hear you.
Sorry, I don't know if I did, but I mean, I'll talk for a minute.
But you will now.
Is it working? Sometimes my service is weird in this part of the house. Okay. Oh gosh. Now I have to think for a minute. It's just so good. All of it. I think my favorite parts, honestly, my favorite panel was when they were doing the imposter syndrome panel, and just talking about, you know, how sometimes, you know, we all feel sometimes how we get caught in comparison, or we get caught in maybe a space in our business where we think like, you know, is this it for me, or can I do more? How can I get over, you know, this hurdle? And if you're brand new and you maybe you're just stuck on, you know, getting that 4th, 5th, 6th customer or something like that, and you're like, how am I ever going to get through this? You just have to remember that, you know, every part of your journey is going to look different. Every part is going to be exciting in its own way. No part, you know, you're going to be learning and growing, and you have to just learn to love the process, and to grow through the process. And it's okay if you fall down, get back up, and that's going to be part of your story that you get to tell. And it kind of goes into the storytelling part. But I just love how relatable they were in that moment, because I know I felt that way. And yeah, that was my favorite. I don't have it written down.
That was definitely my favorite too. I think it's just one of those things where you can't even like recreate it. Like it was like,
yeah,
you just.
I can't remember what did she said. Ashley Sinclair said she finally came to the realization that she kept looking back in her business and wondering like, why doesn't it look this way anymore? Like, what was I doing then? Like that I'm not doing now. And then she finally came to the realization that, what did she say? That you know, God was trying to show her that it's not going to look the same. Like this next part is going to look different. And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. Mikkel put in the thing.
Oh yeah. The same things can happen twice. Yeah.
Yeah. And man, that was super powerful in the story that she shared about that movie. That was very powerful, because it happens, you guys. Like you'll be like ambassador and you'll be like, what did I just do? How do I do this again? But thank you for sharing, even though you didn't raise your hand, but I thought you did. Maybe you were just on the screen. Okay. Brooklyn, and then Jamie, and then if you want to speak, just put it in the chat again because I don't remember. Brooklyn, you can just unmute yourself.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
We can.
My voice is still really gone from conference, so don't mind me sounding like a man, but I just kind of wanted to talk to the people that didn't go to this year's conference. That was me last year, and I let like a lot of things get in the way of me not going, and I had total FOMO. So if that was you, like make it a priority now to go. Like Jamie said on our live video, like start saving a little bit each month to go. Like people were selling their cars, people were selling crazy stuff to go. And now that I've gone, like I'm like, well, no wonder Christy tells us every single time to go to conference, because it changes your life. Like I'm never going to let anyone tell me again anything horrible about the products or the business, about anything, because you go and you see how amazing our company is. You see how much they care and love about us. You see their hearts. And so, like, if anyone doubts me anymore, like, if anything, like, I'm like, no, this is like, I went to conference and I came out like, God put this business into my life for a reason. Like, this is my purpose and this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Like, no matter what anybody says, like, this is what I'm doing. And like, I knew that going into conference, you guys, but like coming out, I'm like shaking. Cause I'm all like God just showed me. He told me like, you're going to change a lot of lives. Like he is going to use you in so many ways. And I also wanted to say too, like after going to conference, I realized like, it's not all about me anymore. Like I got to see like my personal girls come and I got to see their lives completely changed. And so that's huge. Like don't come alone, find someone to come with you and bring your girls with you, because it is so much more of an experience when you get to have your personal girls there and you get to see their lives change by the conference too. So that's kind of the two main points I wanted to say.
I love that. And just so you guys know, Brooklyn went double diamond and diamond fairly fast. She went diamond within 90 days and double the next month, right? Okay, so, and she didn't go to conference last year. So I don't want you to be here and be like, well, I didn't go to conference, so I can't do really well. I don't want you to think that. I just want you guys to see that we are so filled up, and let us pour. Let us pour onto you and just be as full as you can from everything that we are saying. Try to be around us, talk to us, whatever you can, because we'll fill you up, right? It's not the same, but you can still go super fast and still feel this fire, because it's like a team fire, you know? We're like all on fire. It's like burning everywhere. Okay. Jamie, I see you patiently waiting over there. I unmuted you. Okay.
Yes. So first of all, Brooklyn kind of touched on it, but I do want to say, get your freaking butts to conference. Like there's no excuse. You have 1 year. So if you need to save $50 or $60 a month, you can literally put a separate section in your bank account that is like a sub account of your account. And then look at that as like your business's money, not your money. It's not touchable. I do it with my taxes, and that's just money I do not touch. And so start now so that when it comes time, you're not backing out. You're not saying, oh, I can't go. Things came up. Like, no, this is your business's money. It doesn't get touched, and you will go, because you guys have to be there. Like, just like everyone has said, there's so much fire in being there. And then, you know, you come home and we all have this fire, but you guys save this video. When Christy reposts this, watch this over and over and over again, because one of the things I hate the most is seeing everyone have all this fire and they're so excited, and then it's a week later and everyone's fizzling out and they're like, oh, I'm not working anymore, and oh, I'm not feeling. Get on the trainings, watch the videos over, keep the fire, find an accountability partner, like keep it going and just run. Okay. And when you hit those promotions, don't stop, like keep going. Okay. But my aha was actually a few years in the making. And it was seeing Christy as number 3 because when I first started, Christy had just barely gone triple, you know, and here she is ambassador. She's number 3. And when we started, people like Denise Walsh, Carrie Young, Ashley Sinclair, Jade Hooper, Erin Tweed, they were all the people that we looked up to. They were the people that we learned from, whose Periscopes we watched, if you've ever even heard of Periscope, YouTube videos, you know, we got on their trainings, things like that. And Christy surpassed all of them. And so it was, it was a big deal because those people that we used to look up to, Christy has stayed the course, you know, she stayed consistent and now she's number freaking 3. And those same girls that we had looked up to are asking her for advice and how did she do it and how has she gotten here and what's she doing. And so it was a huge moment to just realize anyone can be up there, you guys. Anyone can be up there. There were people that had, you know, they said had jumped 1,000 spots in the top income earners, 200 spots in the top income earners, people who weren't even on the top 150 last year. And this year they are. So, you know, there were people who had started out like as a Ruby and, or, you know, something. And like all of a sudden they were triple and they were up in the top 150. So don't count yourself out for that. It doesn't matter where you are right now. Like you can go and you can be up there if you want to be up there. And I'm telling you, it's amazing to be up there. It was my 2nd year being up there and it's just awesome feeling. It's amazing. Mark had said, you know, this is rare air. Like watch these people, look what they're doing. Like they know something is right. And we have 4 people on our team that are up there, you know, so clearly we know what we're doing. We're doing things right. And it is just, you know, the family culture, the faith-based culture. Like when we were up there, Mark is literally just so genuine. He was walking around throughout the crowd, hugging all of us and saying, how are you? I'm so proud of you. And trying to take that moment with each of us, which he didn't have to do. He could have stood at the front and held the mic and not worried about any of us and just been like, cool, you know, like blanket congratulations, but he didn't. He went around to each of us and was really trying to give us that moment and that time and take photos with us. But I also wanted to say back on to Ashley Sinclair's thing, you know, she went ambassador in 7 months, you guys. And so she's sitting there and she's like, oh my gosh, how did I go that fast? How did I do that? And someone who had such wild success, they still have doubts. So if you are having doubts, like it's normal. Like you're not special because you have doubts and it gives you a reason to like slow down or quit. Like she had it too. And she said, I was so busy looking backwards and turning my back to the opportunity and what Heavenly Father had for my future that I couldn't even see it because I had turned my back to it. So stop looking backwards and wondering, you know, what did I do in the past or my past is holding me back. No, just clear it all and look forward and just go. And then Carrie Young had said, stop wondering how and just start asking why not me and get to work. Just get to work. Okay. And then last one was Ashley Mayfield. She had written a letter to herself from $100,000. So, you know, this was a letter where $100,000 was talking to her in the letter. And since then I've seen one from Denise Walsh. I've seen one from Pam. And so, you know, it inspired other people to do the same thing, but manifest that crap. You know what I mean? Put that out there and manifest it. Demi freaking Lovato sang in the Super Bowl yesterday, the national anthem. And 10 years ago, she tweeted that she would someday sing in the Super Bowl, sing the national anthem. And so she put that out there. She spoke it into existence. You guys have to do the same thing, and you have to work with tenacity, but you have to be patient with the results. She waited 10 years for that moment. So don't expect things to happen for you next month or, you know, like tomorrow. It's just going to take time. but stay consistent. Look at Christy, you know, she was a triple when I started, and now she's freaking number 3, you guys, and she passed up all those people that, you know, we used to look up to. So anyone can do this. You guys just have to stay consistent and keep going.
I love how you say, like, we used to look up to. I'm like,
we still do. We still do, but I'm just saying.
It's fine, but if anyone
those
ever watches
people that we were like, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. And now I'm, you know what I mean? Like, that's
like, she's actually pretty average. I know her in real life.
Yeah, like they're just normal girls, like trying to do the same thing that we're doing. We're all trying to get there. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I love everything you said. And literally every single thing you said, I was thinking like, yeah, because when I came out, I'm like, babe, the pressure's on. Like, honestly, I don't ever feel pressure, but I was like, because you guys were like, our leader's number 3. I'm like, now I have to go up. I can't go back. And he's like, you know how you're going to get to number 1? Doing exactly what you're doing, just being you and whatever. And I'm like, you're right. Because I was like, what do I do? But that's literally what it is. You guys do not look at anybody else. Because I remember when I started and I added Susan Wade on Facebook, and she was already a presidential. She was literally already a presidential in the company. And I was like, oh my gosh, she accepted my friend request. That was before like people had 1 million Facebook friends already. And I remember like, all right, I can make a lot of money here, but there's no way I can be there because those people are already amazing. They're already making a lot of money and there's just no room for me, but that's fine. I can still make a lot. And that's what I'll focus on doing. And then all of a sudden, like, you're like, okay, I'm making a little more. Okay, I'm making a little more. And then all of a sudden, you know, Pam sent us these messages on Facebook, like, you're number 349. And I was like, 349? Like, I'm actually in the running? Like, not that that's top 150, but I just remember that like so vividly, you guys. And it's just like crazy. It really is. Like, just stay in your lane. And that's all it is, because honestly, I don't really know what's happening right now. I don't even know what just happened. But thank you, Jamie. That was very nice of you also to share. And I am actually going to screenshot you guys the letter that Ashley wrote to herself, because I got it from our Triples and Up thing, and I'm going to post it on the team page, and I am totally going to mimic it. Like, obviously my own goals and my version, talking to myself. But I loved that because it's so true. And, you know, I don't believe that it's going to be bippity boppity boo, like you manifested it. But I do believe that when you manifest something, you start to grow belief in yourself. When you grow belief in yourself, you start to draw people to you and your belief in the business. And that's when you grow and make it happen. Okay, so I see all these. Eliana's like, girl, you know I want to talk. We'll do Eliana, Whitney, and then if you said you wanted to talk, say it again. Hey, girl.
Hello. So excited. So, okay. Jamie totally took one of my aha moments, because I absolutely, like, one of my biggest aha moments is absolutely seeing you like number 3. I'm like, holy crap, I almost crapped my pants for you. Like, that was awesome. Like, seeing you up there, like, when we were like, holy crap, they already called number 4. And like, we saw your name coming up and we're like, stop it. We were just like looking at you. We're like, shit, she knows. Like, sorry. Like, she's about to freaking get called number 3. It was so freaking insane, you guys. You guys, Christy lives like 5 minutes away from me, maybe that, like probably 2 or 3 minutes away from me.
We were like, we know her.
Like, you guys, we are so freaking blessed to have her as our amazing leader. She's just the most amazing, like, consistent person I've ever known. And for that, I admire you so freaking much. And like, I remember when you were messaging me and you were like kind of comparing yourself to all these other leaders, like Claire and all this stuff. And then I'm like, and then she just stayed in her lane, you guys. She's so freaking consistent every freaking month. And it's something that Caesar and I talked about last night. Last night, him and I were just laying in bed and we were talking. He was like, babe, you know how you win a marathon? And I was like, no, how? He's like, you win a marathon by consistently running, jogging, not by sprinting and burning out. And I'm like, wow, like, thanks. That was the biggest aha moment right now, because it's so true, you guys. Like, and I'm super known for like sprinting and burning out way too quick. And when I hustle, I freaking hustle like a mad woman. But like, at the end of the day, like, Christy is the most consistent ever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do it like that. I just need to run my entire year marathon, not like my sprint and like, you know, and freaking burn out. But you guys, it's just so incredible seeing Christy up there and seeing that she's got also top 100 leaders, and it's been amazing. So I love you. We're so freaking appreciated. Like, just so blessed to have you, literally. Like, we just appreciate you so much. And you guys, like I said, we live like I can literally walk to her house, but it's just incredible. We're like, that's our friends. Like, that's our best friends, you know.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, if I can share mine, you know what, Christy really set the bar high. She set the bar high for us. You know, we were talking, me and my wife, we're like, you know what, what's our goal? And I had said, you know, like top 20, it's like, okay, we can do that, right? But top 10 scares us. Like, that's like, damn, top 10. But Christy, after hitting top 3, like, you guys, top 10 is a no-brainer. We're headed to top 10. And to just see her set the bar with Aaron like they have, it was like, it was mind-blowing. And then as we were talking last night, it's true. My wife, we get to work and, you know, we'll do 100 DTs in 1 month, but guess what? We burn out. Like, we sprint and we burn out. And one thing about Christy is that she sets a pace and she runs a marathon. You know, 1 mile a day, let's do it, and let's do it again tomorrow. And she's consistent year round. So that was our biggest thing. Like, you know what, let's not. And because last night she was like, you know what, we got to do it this month. Let's do 80 DTs, 90 DTs. I was like, hold up. No, we already did that. And we burned out and we were like freaking just zombie mode. So let's just pace ourselves. You know, let's just do it one step at a time, day after day, month after month, and let's get to top 10. So
yes, you guys, it's just so amazing. And honestly, so I think that was a huge aha moment. Oh my gosh. And let's like, literally, it was like a team meeting that we were having with all of our downline that went, and she comes in and she challenges me to go number 3. I'm like, okay, that's freaking scary. Hold up, girl. Let me get to top 10. Hold up. Then I'll get to top 5. But thank you so much for just leading us the most amazing way. And okay, so another aha moment, I got to say, you guys, it's my team. Literally, like, over 50 people from my personal downline went, and we were just in awe. I literally, like, we all met up at our hotel and at this one little empty area, and just looking at all of them, I had to like literally soak in that moment, because I remember showing up like literally with my mom and Heather, because Heather was like, I wasn't there. I was in your first conference. I was like, you were? I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Thought I was by myself for a minute. But I guess my mom and Heather was there. So I guess they're the OGs. But you guys, I remember just showing up there, and now it's like, holy crap, like over 50 people there. And it was just amazing. It was so, so touching. And listening to their stories was really like a jaw drop, like a humongous aha moment for me. Listening to some of these girls that literally came with like basically no money to even eat. And it's just crazy. And that's exactly what Mark talked about. But before even Mark led us into a meditation to like visualize our best selves, right? I already knew what I had to do. And then when we were led to that meditation, you guys, like, that was all I saw was the word give, because God has been like literally pressing so hard on my heart for that. And I know I've been needing to like just give and give and give and more in so many more ways. I visualize myself in a mission trip. I visualize myself building a home. I'm not sure where or for who and what country, but you guys, it's just been incredible. Like, when Caesar and I think about our goals, like, you guys, like, I'm just so happy where we're at. And it's not like a comfortable feeling, but it's like, I know that the next step is to reach down and help so many more people. And that's exactly what we're ready to do. We're ready to be a huge, like, extending arm to so many people out there. Like Mark said, when some of us are dreaming for a bigger house, some, you know, out there, people are dreaming for just a place to live. When some of us are dreaming for the next luxurious car, some of us are just, you know, freaking wondering how they're going to get to work the next day. Some people are just wondering how they're going to pay their bills, how they're going to put food on the table. Some people are literally eating, you know, what is it, like chicken noodle soups every day because that's all they can afford. Some of us are wondering like how they can pay what is it, like diapers and medication for their kids and stuff. So that's literally like my aha moments this time around. Also seeing Alejandra on stage, you guys, that's insane. My girl Alejandra, she was once a stranger, became my best friend. Here she is now on stage. You guys, she made a freaking picture. She Brenda, our other girl, made a picture about her, put her on stage, and exactly the picture, it was on the 4 stools. Now, this is crazy, you guys. She cropped the picture of Alejandra and put her on stage on the 4 stools. And you guys, she was out there, like she was on those stools speaking on stage in front of all those thousands of people. That was a humongous freaking aha moment for me, because it's for anybody. It's for anybody and everybody that truly wants it. And my goodness, you guys, another moment that we lived, it was during a very exclusive event that the company did, and it was so nice for like 40 plus people. And Kyler and Christy were there, Kyler and Christy Pentecost. And so Kyler and Christy and Cammie had prayed for us a while back when I didn't even know like that. It's long story short, you guys, but this is how amazing the company is. Cammie Pentecost and Kyler Pentecost pulled Caesar and I aside a year and a half ago, and they prayed over my womb. And they told me that the Lord wanted me to know that my womb was ready to conceive. And Caesar and I like had not gotten pregnant in like forever and ever. And I was beginning to think that I could not have a baby. And you guys, Christy and Kyler have messaged me and Caesar on personally on Facebook about this, and they were asking for a prayer group. And then when we met up, like literally in that event, and we talked about it, and they just this like literally at conference, they asked if we could just pray for them and for Christy's womb, because they're trying to get pregnant again and they haven't been able to. And my heart dropped. I was like, right now, I'm not prepared. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And we just like the four of us got together, and we just like Caesar and I said a prayer for them. And then when Caesar spoke and prayed for them, Kyler Pentecost was just crying, you guys. He was just bawling his eyes. And we had like such an incredible moment, because Caesar was like, listen, when you prayed over us, you knew, like you just knew, you were so confident. And now you're asking me how this is possible. It's the same faith. Like it's the same God that's going to be able to bless you guys. And it's incredible, you guys, what this company is doing and what they've all done for us. And that's the kind of company that we have. For Cammie to just come up and hug us and kiss us, that's the kind of company that we have. And literally it's for anybody and everybody. And so like all of you can literally get as close as you want with them. We just got to like work hard. We got to show up. We got to change so many lives. And I'm just so ready. Our word for this year is literally authenticity for our entire team. We are so ready to be bold and courageous and authentic, and do it with or without fear, because the reality is that we're constantly facing our fears every day. So many of us are hiding behind the curtain because of fears, because of shyness, because of you can or can't. And this year is all about authenticity and about just, opening those curtains and stepping into your light, stepping into the, what God has called you to become, because we're all here with our own purpose, with our own story, with our own message. And I know that all of us carry some type of pain that the Lord is literally willing and is wanting to change it into the biggest message for somebody out there. And so we just have to be bold and courageous and step into our light to be able to be that extending arm for others. So I'm so excited, you guys. This year, 2020, is literally like laser focused. We're ready to change lives, so many lives, and just ready to give back in so many ways. So I'm just so excited.
Can you guys tell she's excited? Because I can. I think we needed like a 2-hour training for this. Well, first of all, you guys are like the best and the sweetest, and that made me feel so good. But it is so true, you guys. Like there is just no bigger drive than when you're just focused on everybody else. Like that is how you keep your head down and go. Like literally. Are you raising your hand? Oh.
Sorry, can I say one more thing, you guys? This is freaking insane. Okay, last conference, you guys, Caesar and I, we walked number 110. Okay, 110. You guys, we jumped up to 31 this year. Literally, like anything can happen. But also at that one exclusive event, Mark talked about how there's a girl that she was number 6,000. And I was like, what? And she jumped to like number 200 or something in the 200s. You guys, from 6,000 to 200, that's the kind of stuff that can happen in this business. Do not write yourself off. Do not think that you cannot jump all these crazy numbers. If I went from 110 to 31, I know that I can do 31 to number 3. It's just a matter of time. Not even like, is it going to happen? Like, no, it's going to freaking happen. We just got to get to work. We got to change so many lives. That's literally what we have to do. So I'm just like so freaking excited. And like, I think I remember like signing up when you were a diamond, Christy. I know that Jamie was like, she was a triple.
Yeah, because I was diamond cab to you. So
she was a diamond, you guys. And now to watch her go number 3, like that's freaking awesome.
It's crazy. Honestly. Okay. So I do see you guys. So we'll do Whitney, Vidi, and then Jacqueline. But you guys, we have multiple top earners on your team. Okay. That means that every single one of you guys is being led by somebody who can show you exactly where to go. Stacy is an ambassador and top earner. Eliana is a presidential and top earner. Jamie is a presidential and a top earner. And I know Savannah is right there, literally right there. And you guys have all of us. Like, and most of you guys have met us in person. And you're like, y'all are basic. Like, we know who you really are. So if there's nothing that you can learn from that except for that you can do it, I want you guys to know that. Like, literally, like, you don't even want to see my house right now. It's fine. Like, literally, it's just saying that consistent marathon. That's all it is. That's literally all it is, and not paying attention to anyone else. And just really quick, I want to share just one little thing, you guys. The Mark's word for this year was more. Okay. More. And to be honest, when he said that to me, I was like, more. Yeah. More goals, more diamonds, more this, more that, like more money, more this, you know? And man, he took it back. He was on stage and he said, yeah, we want you to have more, but I want you guys to understand what more we want you focused on. He said, your more might be feeding your family organic. That's the more you want. But there are families out there that their more is literally just putting food on the table. Your more might be your dream car. Their more might just be able to get their kid to school. Like, there are a million things I could say with that. Literally a million. Your more might be, to build your dream home, while their more is just to have a house that has a heater. Like, if we do it that way, it will grow at exponential rates. If that is what I promise you guys, and some of you guys, that might be you. It might be your day one in this business. It might be your first month. I don't care where you are. That might be you. But I promise you, if you share your story and if you focus on other people's more, your business will grow. And not only will your life change, but you will change everybody's life around you, and they'll be thanking you, and you'll be like, I don't even know what I did. I was just going after my goals. Like, literally focus on everyone else's more. Okay. So I stole his word. I'm like, his word is my word, more, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, I got goals, but that's the one thing that drives me. Because I think even as humans, like, we can be selfish, we can be unselfish, we can be giving, we could be yellow personality, we could be all sorts of things. But at the end of the day, like, we're human and we want to love and we want to be loved, right? That's why people get married. That's why people have children, whatever. And I promise you, if you focus on other people's more and really just realizing what that is when your business is going to grow so much faster than you could have even prayed for. Like, seriously. Okay, now Vidi's probably going to bite my head off. She's like, dang it, Eliana, you talked for so long. Her face. Oh, Vidi. I just like to say your name. Hola, Vidi.
Hola. Okay, my big aha moment is because it's my first conference. I came when I went with part of my team. It was like 12 members of my team. It was amazing. It was I talk with the girls, we pray, we have that connection. There were girls that I didn't know in person. It was the first time. That thing was amazing. What happened? Okay. The other thing, my aha moment, it was your number 3. It was wow, because I went to this conference looking for something to pressure to me. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And when I before I know all the bonuses and everything, I was on the VIP lounge with in a VIP lounge. And I was talking with one of my friends, and I told her, I need like pressure. I know my family is my why, but I need something to pressure me. And she told me, okay, go with Mark and say, I'm gonna be ambassador next conference. And I said, what? I went with Mark, and I remember my first conference. It was because I joined this business like 3 times. My first time and my first conference, it was in the 2016. And that conference, my aha moment, it was like when Jade Hooper went to the top 10, and the conference before that, she went with Mark, and she said, hey Mark, I'm Jade Hooper, presidential diamond, do you know me? And he say, a presidential diamond that I don't know. And she say, oh, you will, don't worry, next conference I'm gonna be on the top 10 and I'm gonna be ambassador. And she did it. She freaking did it, the top number 10 and as ambassador. And Mark was talking about that when he gave her the thing for the ambassador at that conference. He talked about that story, and that is the story I was always in my head, always from 2016. And I went with Mark, and I said, hi Mark, I'm Viri Sarabia, triple diamond, do you know me? And he said, well, I know you now because you see my tag. I know you now. And I was shaking. And I said, oh, don't worry, you will. Next conference, I'm going to be on the top 100 and I'm going to be ambassador. And he said, he put my hair here and he said, I will remember that, Viri. And she said, Viri, no Viri, okay? She said, Viri, okay? And he said, I will remember that, Viri. And I said, okay. And when I turned around, what did I do? I was like, oh my God, what I did. And when I talked with Christy about this moment with Mark, she told me the same thing, but that you say the same thing, but you said, I'm gonna be the number 1 on this company. And it was like at the side of Joel Dunn. And when she said that, she turned around and she said, what did I do? the same thing. And I say, okay, I can do it. And my other aha moment, it was when we were after conference, when everything done, we are talking about with the team about the vision with Mark. That moment was wow. I literally, my lashes put on, okay, bye. Because everyone was crying about the vision. And the funny thing is because before Mark talked about that vision, I had a vision before, and it was totally different. And the vision was, I talk with my husband and I say, give me a number. And in my head, he thought like 35,000. Okay. But in my head, it was like 57,500. Always 57,500. And it was in my head. So I write it up. I put it on the chat. I'm going for this monthly commission for 57,500, and that's it. It was my vision. It was that's it.
I'm so excited for you, Vidi. If you guys don't know Vidi in real life, she's fun. She's fun. And yeah, so what she was saying was that on stage when I went up, they were like, it just fell out of my mouth. I was like, yeah, 3 is good, but I want to be number 1. And I turned around to Joel and Stephanie and said that. And then I was like, what did I just say out loud to everybody on stage? It's fine. I'm fine. But hey, and I told Vidi, Mark will remember. He will remember, you guys. Like, he does. He does. Okay, Whitney. I'm sorry, girl. I think I wrote your name down like 2 people ago. But Vidi was like, sending me personal messages like she was gonna cut me. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Whitney. We'll make Whitney the last. I know we're losing you guys, but you know what? The 180 that are left, y'all are getting a bonus because you're here and you're hungry. I'm hungry. I probably actually am really hungry, but it's fine. Whitney, are you still here?
Yeah, I didn't realize I could unmute myself until this moment.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go as fast as I can, but like there was 10 million.
Girl, take your time. I am not going anywhere.
Okay. Sit down, guys. Just kidding. So there were, like I said, 10 million things that I got from conference, and I've been in for a year and a month. So if you're like, oh, I don't need conference, girl, you need conference. But if you didn't go to conference, just know there's no secret sauce. You know, everyone's just messaging, following, whatever, you know, go print out that checklist that we have in the team page, because that's what Christy is doing to go number 3. That's what, you know, everyone's doing. So anyway, I'll calm down now. Okay. So my biggest takeaway from conference, well, one of the millions biggest takeaway was that we are a family at It Works. Like, that's a family organization. Like, of course we always know like Mark's the dad and his kids are running the, like, are part of it and everything, but we're really a family. Like, you can look at anyone around you and like they're rooting for you and you're rooting for them. Like, I am such a competitive person. I grew up like in competitive sports. I coach competitive sports, but like you can have like a friendly competition, you know, like Christy's having friendly competition to go number 1 this year. But like at the end of the day, we're like all here doing the same thing, changing lives together. So I think that's amazing. And if you don't know, like Cindy, Mark's wife, like prays over every single chair, and they actually like released videos of her doing it, and it took a freaking long time because there's a lot of people there. And like, if that doesn't tell you the heart of this company, or that there's like the Gives Back award that Christy got and totally deserved it because she's freaking awesome, so inspiring, and like other people got it, and we have the Gives Back program. If that doesn't tell you the heart of this company, like, what are you doing? You know, the company, not only are we growing, and most like companies don't grow. I was talking to Aaron actually, and he was saying how most other like companies like us, they don't grow like ours, but it changes, you know, like Christy's number 3, but she didn't start at number 3. She didn't start like 25 years ago or 20 years ago when it started. Like, she just started.
Like, usually their top 10 stays their top 10 because they don't have the actual opportunity, but our company still allows you to have the actual opportunity.
Yeah, it's dope, guys. So that's amazing. And like, I just took like, I'm looking out on everyone that's here and realizing like not everyone's here, but there's enough for all of us, you guys. Like, there's enough. Their bonuses aren't limited. There's not a limited amount of money in the world. If we need more money, they're going to print it, you know. There's enough. There are enough people. People are turning 18 every single day, and they're going to school, and they're like, I don't need the business, but then they're taking loans out like I did. And then they get their dream job and they're like, I have no money because it's all going back into my loans. And like, more and more are turning 18, more and more are coming. Like, people need it, and they always will. Like, I've always known that I'm here for life, but now I know, like, I'm here for life, you guys. This company has the heart. It has the products. You know, the 2 new products that came out are insane. The new sample thing that came out, it's insane too. Like, we're going to be growing forever. And if that's the spirit like that I needed when I got there, like, that was totally worth it to me. And then what else? I've noticed my thoughts since I've been home. It's only been a day. Sorry if my voice is going in and out. It's still coming back. Okay. We're running on like fire and like no sleep. It's fine. Who cares? I don't need to sleep anymore. But I've noticed my thoughts since I've been back. Like, I'll see something like negative and I'm just like, I don't want any of that. Like, that's not my people. I don't want that. Because you see your circle and you see like, you know, when you're out to dinner, we're not talking about like, oh, did you see what that girl was wearing? Like, I'm not hanging out with the friends that talk about what that girl was wearing. I'm hanging out with the girls that are talking about like, how are we going to change our lives? How are we going to like, you know, use this to change lives in the business and out of the business and everything like that. Like, it's just your thoughts change. And when I catch myself thinking something, I'm like, no, the Whitney at conference didn't think that. So the Whitney at a conference isn't thinking that anymore. Like, that's gone. I'm new, you know? And so, yeah, it's freaking awesome and it's empowering. And last thing is, like, a lot of people talked about it. So actually, I'm going to skip that and go to something else. Someone said to walk through the fire. Like, how many of you guys feel when you're doing this business and you're, I don't know, whatever your thing is, like maybe you're like, I don't want a message, or like, I feel ugly and I don't want to post this picture. First of all, you're beautiful. So stop, post that picture, girl. Because it doesn't matter. Like your big forehead, because I have a big forehead. But like nobody else knows my big forehead. Like nobody's like, oh, Winnie has such a big forehead. I can't even read her post because her forehead's so big. Literally, no one's thinking that. Post the picture or message the person. Okay, like walk through the fire, and Heavenly Father's gonna make you fireproof. If you stand outside the fire, He can't help you. Like, you don't think He can do it, He won't. But if you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it, He's gonna make you be able to do it. So, yeah, that's all I have. There's so much heart and there's so much love in this company. Like everyone's kind of covered it all. But all I have to say is like, yep, be proud of where you are, be proud of who you are, and like start running. What do you want? Write it down, say it out loud. Be stupid, go live and be like, hey guys, I'm just here chilling and I'm going to go get a $15,000 bonus. And people are going to be like, what? And then other people are going to be like, bring me. And then you're going to bring those people, and the people that are sitting there going, what? No, she's not. Your God's bigger than their God, but it's not. It's the same one. Just show them how big God is. And I never talk about God, but now I do because like, it's great. Anyway, I'm going to stop now because I'm just like rambling, but walk through the fire. Post the picture, message the people, do the things, get that checklist, do it all. This company is amazing. We're here for you. And yeah, okay.
I just really like Whitney because I feel like she's exactly like me. Like she has this really profound thing to say, like, you guys, what they said, like walk through the fire and He will make you fireproof. When they said that, it was like mic drop. But like, I feel like when Whitney and I say it, it's like encompassed by all these like jokes. So you like don't know. But no. I love you and you are the best you. And that's why I just seriously like clung on to you when you started. I was like, she's fun. I want to be around her. She's just like,
we have fun.
Person. We just have fun. You guys.
This business is so fun, by the way, you guys. If you're not having fun, like step back and be like, it's freaking fun. Okay. Like I'm not saying every day is like, oh my gosh, yeah. But like, you're going to have the most fun. Girls that were in my room were like, we're having the most fun we've had in so long. And it's because like, we're just hyping each other up. So go find your fun friend. I'll be your fun friend.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. It's
cool. That's what it is. Like, if you're not having fun, you guys are doing it wrong. So was there anyone else that wanted to share anything? I just want to shout out this guy that's on here right now. Where'd he go? Is he still here? He was here for the whole time. Where'd he go? I don't know who he is, but he's been on this whole time. Oh, Justin. I see you, Justin. What a trooper. All these girls are like a bunch of weirdos and like, and just like Sharon, he's just like, yeah, dude, I'm here. There is room for you. We will embrace you. Okay. Everybody wants to share apparently. We're still going. Who's getting a bonus? Are you getting a bonus? Because I'm getting a bonus because everybody can get a bonus. And make sure you have 6 loyal customers, personal customers for your bonus if you're getting it this month. And make sure you watch all the new training videos on the team page because there's some new things that are a little bit different. Okay. Just go ahead. Oh, Jacqueline. I forgot. Jackie, you can unmute yourself, and then after that, someone else just unmute themselves. I'm just going to let y'all keep rolling. I will stay here as long as you want to stay here. We keep losing people. We keep losing them, but it's fine. I will be the last man standing. Hey, girl.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So I want to share something real quick just before I share my aha moment. But for me to get to conference, it was like really, really hard. I had told Ileana that I got to a point like, oh, I can't go. Like, I just can't go. Like, my finances are not there. What? And I just can't go to conference. So then one of my, the thing was like, I live in El Paso, Texas, and, you know, a plane ticket from here to Florida was going to be like $300. And I was like, okay, $300. And, you know, it was just not there. You know, it was either I pay my house or I get my plane ticket to go to conference. So then my brother has like this rewards program with Southwest, and he was like, hey, like, are you still gonna go to conference? Because, you know, I had told my brother, I had told everybody that I was gonna go to conference. So I had told my brother, I was like, no, you know what, I can't go to conference because, you know, I don't have the money for the plane ticket. You want to take her back? And so then my brother's like, oh, I have some reward points that you can use. I'm not going to use them. And I was like, are you sure? I was like, it's like almost 20,000 points just to get the ticket. And he's like, oh, yeah. Let me see how many I have, and you can have them. I'm not going to use them. So I logged into the account and everything, and it was exactly 18,600 points just for me to get the ticket. So my brother's like, oh, I have 20,000. So I was like, no way, like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. So I ended up redeeming his points, and my flight ticket was only $11, like just $11 for me to go to conference. So that was like, okay, you know, I have to be there. And then, you know, I was that person carrying my baby everywhere. If you guys saw me, I was like with her everywhere. And, you know, because I didn't make, you know, my kids an excuse. Sorry, my husband just got home, so he can take her now. And so I didn't make my kids or my babies an excuse not to go to conference. So I ended up going, and I took my baby. But yes, like when I was about to go, my father-in-law was in the hospital. My mother-in-law was going to take care of my daughters that night before for us to go. And then my father-in-law ended up in the hospital, and we're like, oh, like, and that's when I started, you know, questioning again, should I still go? Like, is this like a sign for me not to go, or do I have to go? So we ended up, my husband was like, no, you know what, we'll just not send the girls to school. We won't send them to school. We'll get them ready. I'll take you to the airport, and you'll go with the baby. So then, yeah, I was like, okay. And that night before, I was like, okay, I'm going to go. But then how am I'm not going to have money to eat over there. I'm not going to have money for the Uber. Like, how am I going to do it? So then my husband, that night before, he went to go sell his PlayStation. Like, my husband was like, you know what? I have this PlayStation. I'm going to go see how much they give me for it. And you guys, he went to go sell it, and they gave him $140 for the PlayStation. And he was like, okay, baby, that's your money. That's how much you're going to get to eat and, you know, to be over there. So yeah, that was like a little backstory for you guys to know that, you know, you guys can do it, put everything in God's hands and make it happen. You got, because conference is life-changing. Like, you really need to be there. And, you know, not make an excuse. Like I said, I had to take my baby, and, you know, through the flight, everything, being at conference and everything, it was hard, but it was worth it. Very, very worth it. And my aha moment was like I said, it was when, besides getting that huddle pass, which I love, and thank you, Iliana, for that. Because like they said, you do have to believe in yourself. Like, yes, I can say like, oh, I'm going to be there in VIP and everything. I'm going to be a triple diamond. But once you see it, once you're there, you feel it and you see it, and you start to believe it. So when I was there and Mike was talking about, you know, the whole discipline equals freedom. He also said, you know, you might have bills to pay at home, but you're here. So that right there was like, okay, that's my sign. You know, that's the reason why I had to come. And that was like one thing that, you know, opened my eyes, and that's when I realized, like, okay, yes, God, yeah, you wanted me here, and I got here. And another thing was when they said, stop asking how and start asking why not me. And that's one thing that I kept asking myself a lot, like, how do I do this? How do I get to double diamond? How do I get to triple diamond? And instead of that, you know, just do the work. And I know God, like Alejandra said, like, but God is going to make it happen. You just have to trust God and do what we're supposed to do. You know, all the tools are there. Everything is there. We have learned. We have amazing leaders, and that's it. I just wanted to share that with you guys, just to, don't make your kids an excuse, and, make it happen. Trust God, do your job, do your part, and, it's going to happen.
That is awesome. What an amazing husband. That's like, that is legit. Like, not all husbands would do that, especially with their PlayStation. But what a real husband knows is that when you do really well, he's going to be able to get like all the PlayStations in the world.
Yes.
Okay. So Mikkel just texted me. She wants to share one last thing. If anyone else wanted to re-comment it, because
I want to share.
Who is that? Okay.
It was me.
Okay, go ahead.
After Mikkel.
She wants to share. Okay, we'll let Mikkel share her last move. No, okay, Mackenzie, just don't take up too much time because I know you like to talk, girl.
No, Mikkel first.
No, you first. You're on her downline.
No, I feel bad. I'll cut her off. I was messaging y'all, and I was like, I want to
Mackenzie, go. Okay, just go. We don't got time for this. Go.
Okay, sorry. So, so I'm gonna try and be fast. But so when I shared this with y'all after, me, Mikkel, and then probably 20 more of us all got together and shared our aha moments after. And mine was, I don't remember who it was, but I think when Cami Pentecost pulled the girl in the VIP, I think she was suicidal before this business or something like that. And then Mama B, there were a few other girls that were struggling with suicidal thoughts, but that one person reached out to them and literally saved their lives. And that just really hit home for me because I know a lot of times we are so scared to message, we're so scared to reach out to people, and people are like, oh my gosh, I'm cold messaging, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, no ma'am, I hate that term because I'm gonna be just really straight, how selfish of you to hold this opportunity from somebody, because you literally could save someone's life. There were so many people there that just were this business saved my life because that one person reached out to them. And so you guys, I know it may seem scary to message people, and I know it may seem really scary to reach out to people, but you cannot let that fear hold you back, because you literally could be saving someone's life. You don't know. And I promise you, if you do the work, God is gonna bless you. You just have to put the work in and God will do his part. But if you don't do the work and if you sit back there, he's not going to bring you people. He's going to bring you people. People are going to start dropping flies if you sign them. But you got to sign, you got to just go out and reach out to those people, because you never know, they could be your next rock star. You could be saving their lives. So I just wanted to let you guys know, I went to a church conference a while ago, and they said one is always a multitude. So you never know what impact you could be making. You just need to reach out, and don't be scared, because you're saving people's lives. And we're not messaging necessarily for people to sign right away. We're messaging people to follow our Instagram and kind of see what we're doing, spark that interest, and then to change people's lives and literally save their lives, because you never know if a chick, if somebody's struggling with suicidal thoughts, you never know if that one person needs just someone there for them at that moment. So, yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that was powerful. There was a lot of things that I think brought a lot of people to tears, just simply because maybe you've never been through that, or maybe you have, and it was whoa, this is real life. This is real freaking life right now. And they announce bonuses, and everyone's two different sides of the spectrum. Okay, so Rue, RJ is gonna cut me if I don't call on her. After you, Mikkel.
Hi, can you guys hear me? I've never done this before.
I don't know where you are. Yeah, you are right there. You're right there. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm gonna be really quick. this was my first conference, and honestly I'm like shaking because I just told my husband, I'm like, I think I might talk to all these people, and this is like the most I've like done like live, and I'm like, is my hair okay? But anyway, so I wasn't gonna go to conference. I was like, I don't have the money for it, and you know, my husband had the flu, both of my babies had croup, and something just told me in the morning, something just woke me up, and I told my husband, literally, I'm like, I have to go to conference. And it was literally within 6 days before conference. And I told him, I'm like, I have to go. And he was just like, okay, go. And he was like, we'll be fine, which he wasn't fine. He was kind of going crazy. But, and so I bought the plane ticket. I bought the conference ticket, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much money. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work for it. I'm going to make this money back, and it's gonna happen. So then literally 4 hours before my flight, my husband says the baby has to go to the ER. And I was like, my world just stopped. I was like, I don't know what to do. So the baby's fine. I said, I was like, something is pulling me to conference. And he was like, we are going to be okay. I felt so guilty leaving my baby in the ER. And I was on the flight to conference. And I even called Whitney. I was like, hey, do you have any room? I was like, I will sleep on the couch. I just really need to go to conference. And she said, yeah. So I slept on the couch. Anyways, I went and I cried every day. I cried all 3 days I was there. And it just moved me. Everything moved me. Every story moved me. And I was like, you know what? There are so many other people that have it way worse than I do. And they are just amazing, and they changed their lives. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if they can do this, I can do this. And I'm not going to it's not just for the money. I'm doing this for my family. And, you know, and I literally, you're supposed to give your boss 2 weeks before you take vacation, or you're going to call out or whatever. I told him 3 days before. I was like, hi, I'm not going to be at work. And I work for a senior vice president, and he was not happy with me, but a lot of people weren't happy with me. But I'm happy that I went, and it changed my life. And I have so much support with my husband. And like right now, he was just like, are you on a conference call? And I was like, yes. And so now he's changing both the baby's diapers, but I'm like, wait, I have to speak my mind. But I think I think everyone I met too, every person I met was amazing. And I met you, Christy, for the first time, and I just think you're gorgeous. And I was like, you know what? My leader, everyone from the inside out is just so beautiful. And, you know, just like what Whitney said, it's your circle. And the girls on my team are just so genuine. And I'm so happy that I made this decision. I mean, I started last year, and last year I was just scrolling through, and I was like, this isn't really for me. But something just pulled me and told me, you need to go to conference. And I'm like, all right, okay, like, stop nudging me. So anyways, that was my 2 minutes of, you know, I'm talking to this many people. I think it's crazy. But anyways, okay.
I am so glad that you came. When Whitney was like, oh, she's coming, I was like, I'm sorry, who? What? She's coming? Because I feel like it's been like, y'all, to be honest, it's been like pulling teeth with this girl. I'm like, you have the potential to be at the top, and like you are just like so scared of I don't know what, but I am so glad that you came. Seriously, I am so freaking glad that you came, because sometimes it's just like that one little tick. I mean, it's a big giant conference, but I am so glad that you came, and I'm so glad that you got exactly what you came for and what you needed. Okay, so was there Whitney, Mikkel, go back, you guys. My memory, I don't have it anymore. It's full.
Okay. Final thing.
Take it home, Mikkel.
Take it home. It is time. Okay. I think everyone who was there, and I think you're all feeling it tonight, that God was truly at the heart of this, that he is making big moves in this company. He's making big moves in our hearts and in our lives, because he knows like this is the vehicle to not only transform ourselves, but to transform the lives of millions. And I am not even kidding you. So many lives and hearts are going to be changed by this, financially, emotionally, but spiritually. So many people are coming to him. And if you think like don't you think that a big move like that like the devil is going to want to stop? He knows the potential of this. He knows the life-changing opportunity that this is. And so he is going to attack you. And so what Jade said on stage, like, has just replayed in my mind over and over and over again. You have to run so fast that all you hear is the wind in your ears. If you slow down or let it for a second, the devil is going to use that time to fill your ears with voices and self-doubt and self-limiting beliefs and the voices of others and all of the things that are not true. So you have to put your head down and run so fast and so laser focused that all you can hear is the wind in your ears, because that is what is going to get stuff done. And if you allow him the opportunity, he will try to take you down. So that is why we do personal development so hard, because it trains your brain to hear the true voice, to hear the spirit, to hear God in your ears, telling you who to reach out to, who to bring into, what to post, what to say. He will guide you if you allow him to. He will guide you to the people that he is preparing for this. Right now, he is preparing this in the hearts of the people who need this, and he will guide you to them, but you have to be willing to listen to that voice and to shut up the devil and to run fast, that all you can hear is the wind in your ears. So just run freaking fast and don't let anything stop you. People are depending on you.
Heck yeah, Mikkel, you're awesome, but we ain't done yet, because